morning, all. Welcome to Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name is David West. This is the channel where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about how to perform a very simple and powerful word rites from West Africa, ancient West Africa, i.e. Nigeria, that is very far-reaching. This is a rite that is very popular, that have been performed for centuries in Africa, and is currently being used in today modern day African traditional societies. And it's a very simple and effective rite that anybody can use for prosperity and also to obtain anything they are looking for, as in promotion, as in material objects, as in peace, love, as in money in general. The name of this rite actually is called SARA in my native language, SARA, performing SARA. This involves throwing a party for people to usher in prosperity and anything you are looking for in your life. The reason I'm bringing this up in this channel is that I have seen many people perform this rite, and most of them are not doing it the right way. So they are not actually achieving the purpose for which they set out to do the rites. So I want to go on the record to educate or enlighten them on how to do it properly to achieve the aim or the reasons to get what you want. This rite simply involves the person performing a party, throwing a party, and inviting people to that party to eat, drink, and be happy with you. That is just all what you need to do. And within a short time, you will get the thing you are praying for. This rite is currently used very, very often in Nigeria. I see people throwing these parties. They call it different names. People, due to religious persecution, they normally hide the rite under different excuses. Some people will say they are doing child dedication for 1 or 2 years old children. They will be throwing a big party. Some will say they are doing naming ceremony. Some will say they are doing birthday party. Some will say they are doing baby shower. Some will say they are doing all white party. Some will just give any excuse to throw party so that people will think that they are actually they just want to celebrate. They don't know that it's actually a wealth ritual. But there's nothing bad or evil about the rites. But due to the level of religious connotation, if you actually tell them you are doing this right, people will think that you are a bad person, or they will think you are practicing African spirituality and you are somehow diabolic. People don't want to be associated with African spirituality in Africa. So they give different excuses for practicing or throwing these parties. But deep down, we know what they are actually doing. In Yoruba tradition, they call it OWANBEL, where you see people throwing parties almost on a monthly basis. You'll be wondering, what kind of party? Some will even borrow money to be throwing these parties. What are they doing? What are they doing? You think they just love parties? No, it is prosperity ritual they are actually doing. So The way to actually go about this process is that you will get a chicken or a goat or a ram, a live animal, or if you are a rich man, you can buy a cow. The color of the animal matters. Whatever animal you are going to be sacrificing, that you are going to be using to cook the party food that people will eat, the color has to be white. It has to be white chickens, it has to be a white goat, a white ram, or a white cow. You must not buy animals that have different colors, so mixed. Nowadays, you see people performing these parties, they just go to the market and buy any color of goat, any color of chicken. It does not work, because what you are doing with this party, they are actually trying to invite all the forces in the universe to come to their aid to give them what they want. It's like they are doing a spirit party, a party that will involve the spirit world and the physical world. So there are some entities or some people that don't like the color black, or they don't like to mix colors. So not all deities or people will actually enjoy that party or will want to partake, because it's not their color. But the white color is universally accepted by all spirits, just like the way you use a white candle for all kind of prayer, all kind of operation. So you must also use a white animal. Okay, for this SARA prosperity rite to work, you really have to use a animal that has a white color. Many people make this mistake of just buying different color animals. Some even use black. You are not including everybody, all the deities, celestial, infernal, nature, elementals. You are not including all of them. Some of them will not partake. So for you to do it effectively, you have to get a white animal, a white skin animal. Okay? Then the next part is that the head of that animal will not be served to any of the individuals in that party. If you like eating head of animals, you are the one that's supposed to eat that head of that animal. It must not be shared. It's either you give it to the ancestors or you eat it by yourself. You must be the one that will eat the head of that animal. You must not serve it to any of the visitors you are inviting, because that will signify that you are actually transferring the glory or the prosperity of that party that will come to you. You are sharing it to them, which should not be the case. It should come to you. Okay, so make sure that the head must be in your possession, be your property, must go to your stomach or go to your ancestors. Many people don't know this as well. Then the buying. Normally, according to the tradition, when you want to buy such an animal, you should not price it. You should just go to the market and point it, and any price they tell you, you pay. But the thing is that most of these animal sellers, they are aware of this tradition. They know that when people want to buy an all white or all black animal, they usually want to use it for something spiritual. So they actually inflate the price unreasonably. So you need to argue with them. Normally, it's not advisable, but due to the or criminal tendencies of these sellers calling on reasonable prices, you have to price it with them. But the main thing is that make sure you buy it at a reasonable price. Don't try to cheat them. Buy it at the price you can afford. Don't be stupid or foolish because you want to practice spirituality that we just call any unreasonable price, you just pay the money. No, it is your money and it's your right. You have a right to bargain with them, but buy it at a reasonable price. Okay. When you get that animal home, it's possible it will be best if you can kill it yourself. But if you cannot be able to kill the animal by yourself, make sure you supervise the killing so that it will not be polluted or they will not kill it in an impure manner, and you will try to say some prayer, the reason why you are doing this party. You say it on the head of the animal before you kill such an animal. Then, after you have prepared the food, you have started the party, the next rule, number 3, is that you have to invite everybody. The rich, the poor, the good, the bad, the ugly, the blind, mostly the poor, have to partake in this feast. You must not reject anybody that comes to your house that requests for food and drink. The major mistake most of the people doing this rite are making is that they only invite a certain selection of people, VIPs, their friends, people that they think that can help them in this lifetime, that they can benefit something from. You are making a mistake. You will not get the blessing of the rite. You have to include everybody. On the day you are doing this rite, anybody that comes to your house that asks for food or drinks, you have to entertain them. You have to make sure that they eat. Even if the person is your mortal or immortal enemy, if they come to your house on such a day, you must give them the food, give them the drink, welcome them, entertain them. Then the next day you can continue your quarrel or your malice with them. But on this very day, everybody must eat, must drink. You can play music. It's better if you get people to be happy and you get them to dance. It's very good if you can get people to dance and drink and be merry. You should not quarrel with anybody. You should not bring up grudges or beef. It's going to destroy the energy or the atmosphere of whatever you are planning to do. So it needs to be a peaceful day. Nowadays, you see people doing this kind of parties, OWANBEL, SARA, they'll be turning people back. If they don't know you, they will reject you. The aim of you welcoming everybody, because you don't know the prayer of who is going to unlock your blessing for you. There is this ancient saying that some spirits attend the party. They attend those parties in human form, and they often come in the form of a poor person, a beggar, a cripple, or a reject. The rejects in society, those are the people that you need to give the food the most to. So it's not the big shots, the VIPs. But what people do these days, they will put a bouncer or a very stern security operative at the gate to be flogging people, whipping people that they think that does not matter in society. You'll be chasing them from your party. You don't know if those are the angels that are there to release your blessing for you. So they will chase those poor people. They will make it strictly by invitation. When we do those parties, you have to open your gate to everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That is how that comes, must eat and drink. Okay? Many people make these mistakes of doing it for only their friends. So it is not all inclusive. You must break down this barrier. You must feed everybody. If you are living in a concrete jungle, suburban area, that there's no poor people to attend your party, you should try to put some food in giveaway and take it outside to where poor people are, and make sure that you give to the poor, you give to homeless people, you give to the orphanage, give to people that are less privileged. So every class of people need to eat from that food. And number 4, you must not hoard the food. If you are doing the party, as long as people are coming requesting for food, you need to be giving them. That is how it works. You have to be giving. You have to make sure that all the food must be finished that you cook that day. You must not hoard any food with the aim of, I'm going to eat this one tomorrow. Okay? If you do that, you're also destroying the rites. You must make sure that the pot is empty if it has to be empty. The only way you can carry food over is when people cannot be able to finish the food from the party, that after giving to all the people you want to give, you have give to all the classes of people, you still have some left. Then you can say, okay, we eat this one tomorrow. But if you have given and people are still coming, and you know they have not eaten before, and you are ordering food, you are making a very big mistake. You should not order any food. So you have to plan this party to your capacity. This kind of parties does not mean that you have to break the bank, you have to go and borrow money to do what is beyond your capacity. You can do this right just within your family, you or your wife, your children, you just cook something, invite 1 or 2 people, eat, drink with you, be happy, it will still work. You don't need to go and borrow money. People make mistake of going to borrow money that they don't have to do such rights, and then they start owing debt, adding problems on top of the problem they already have because you want to do party. You don't really need to sew new clothes for this party. If you have money, you can sew. But the main point is that you need to make people happy. You need to feed people. You need to make people eat and drink, laugh and dance, and then they go home. That is the aim. Then you also need to make sure that the food items must be exhausted, and you need to be happy for the general time that you'll be doing this rites. You need to be happy, and you need to involve the ancestors to witness the events of the party. After you have done this SARA, you clean up everything, you wash up for that day, then you try to forget about the party, and you continue living your life. Within a few weeks, you will get that thing you are praying for. That thing that you are setting out to do is going to come to you. So this is a simple way of doing this rites. It is a very popular rite, and it's that's been done for so long, but people are forgetting the rules of how to do it properly. In Africa, we have some unwritten codes of how to do things in the society. These are simple tips or simple hacks that you can use to be able to maneuver in life and make life more easy for you to live. This channel is an empowerment channel that I have dedicated to be teaching about this thing, to be trying to preserve the traditions of ancient Africa that are beneficial to people, and trying to bring out easy rites that are very, very effective, that you can actually use to improve your life, that you can use, that works. So this is what I will be doing in this channel, and this is what I have been doing in this channel. So next time you want to do a party, you might consider turning it into a ritual, into this SARA thing, so that the party will not just be an empty party or be a waste of money. You can use any excuse to throw the party. It will still work, or you can tell people, but most time people don't like to say it, so that they will not say this person is seriously into African spirituality. So that's why people hide it. But this is the right way to do it. Any animal you want to buy, the color has to be white. You have to supervise the killing of the animal, make everything pure, and you have to make sure that everybody eats. You don't discriminate people that are coming to the party. You must make sure that the food is finished. But that does not mean that people are going to take advantage. People that have seen they have eaten enough and still asking for more food where others have not eaten, you can turn those one away. But anybody you know that they have not eaten, they have not drink, you should give those people food. Do not hoard any food. You should give them. Then you do that and you pray, you go back to sleep, and you watch what happens. So this is how to perform the prosperity ritual called SARA. Yoruba people call it OWANBEL in Western Nigeria. In my state, Delta State, we call it SARA. Many people know it as SARA. It's a prosperity party. Most people do it for promotion, for child education, for opening of way. Some people that have also committed crime, maybe they have stolen money from the government, they don't want any blowback, they will do this kind of party so that the repercussion of what they have done will reverse or will not come to them. They use it a lot, especially politicians. After they have stolen government money, they will start throwing parties, inviting everybody to come and eat and wish them well and give them their support. So you go to those parties, you don't know that it's a ritual party to die the case. And when they do this, after people have eaten and drink, nobody comes after them anymore. You don't know what they have done. They always throw these parties all the time. All the time. It is not an ordinary kind of party. It's a very special kind of party. Some people will say it's all white party. Some people will give different excuse. But it is still the same wealth ritual party. You can do it too if you are something you are looking for in life. You can actually do it and you will get that thing. So this is how to do it. Make sure the animal must be white and everybody must eat, and don't turn anybody back, especially the poor people. You don't know who is the angel that is going to release your blessing. So you must give food to everybody. You must not hold the food. You must not bounce anybody. Okay? This is how you do it. So this is what I have for you today. Like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. And you can watch my other videos on tips, on hacks of how to improve your spiritual life. You can also join the Metaphysical Study Group by clicking the link below, where we discuss about science, spirituality, and ancient African history. You can ask questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. So take care and bye.